You're watching News 4 at noon in high definition.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Colombo in for Robin Smith. We begin this noon hour paying close attention to the situation in Nairobi, Kenya, where terrorists have attacked a shopping mall. We're told at least 62 are dead and dozens are wounded. CBS's Tara Mergner has the details. The Obama administration promises help tracking down the terrorists responsible for this attack. We now shift our attention to weather. It's the first day of autumn and meteorologist Kent Earhart joins us. Kent, dry today, but that's not the case all week.
No, it's not.
Happening today, it's a very crucial time in the U.S. Senate as debates begin on a budget bill to keep the government funded. The House passed its version last week, attempting to defund the Affordable Care Act. The Senate will try to strip that provision out of its bill before sending it back to the House. A vote in the Senate is still days away. Also happening today, leaders from around the world are in New York for the start of the UN's General Assembly. President Obama is in the Big Apple preparing to address the assembly tomorrow. In his speech, the president is expected to tell the world Syria has a limited amount of time to hand over its chemical weapons. The U.S. is pushing for the Security Council to pass a resolution holding Syria to its pledge. As the Normandy School District works to regain its accreditation, we're checking in with its superintendent. This morning, Dr. Ty McNichols hosted the first of two community meetings. These meetings come days after the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education asked Governor Jay Nixon for nearly $7 million in emergency funding. Normandy would use the funds to cover tuition and transportation costs for transfer students and those students who remain in the district. Earlier this year, Missouri's Supreme Court ruled students from failing districts could transfer to nearby better performing districts. If you're heading to the grocery store today, you might see a familiar product on store shelves. Wonder Bread is returning to the St. Louis area, and we're told shoppers can find the Hostess brand at Shop and Save stores. Workers stocked shelves last night preparing for customers who want to stock up. After filing bankruptcy, Hostess shut down production of Wonder Bread until very recently. Longtime O'Fallon, Illinois Police Chief John Benton has died. Benton passed away at his home Sunday after a 4-year battle with cancer. During that time, Benton continued to serve as chief. Funeral arrangements are pending. A heads up for drivers in the Metro East, I-64 westbound will be closed tonight. IDOT says it'll close one lane between 18th Street and the I-55 I-70 merger tonight at 7. Crews think the work will be finished before 5 tomorrow morning. Groundskeepers at Busch Stadium are working around the clock to replace the grass to get it ready for tonight's Cardinal game. The field was just torn up during Saturday's football game between Southern Illinois University Carbondale and Southeast Missouri State. Check out this video. Sky Zoom 4 flew over Busch this morning to get a good look at the progress. Tonight's first pitch is 7:15. The Cardinals back at home taking on the Washington Nationals. The Cardinals telling us that the grounds crew is fully prepared to get things fixed before tonight's game. In a few hours, St. Louis City Police will help you avoid having your car stolen by giving away, or selling I should say, anti-theft devices at a discounted price. From 3 to 7, head to the NSI office in the Central West End at 447 North Euclid. There you can get a car club for just $13. That's a pretty good deal considering they usually go for about $40. You can also get discount license plate covers and fasteners, along with security cases designed for storing a gun or wallet in your car. You might want to go to the ATM first. They only accept cash. If you're looking for a job, this might be the news you've been waiting for. More than 600 jobs are coming to St. Charles County, and one of them could be yours. The new Serco Health Insurance Processing Center in Wentzville is holding a job fair that runs until 8 today. The center is opening to hold and handle applications related to the Affordable Care Act. If you can't get there today, it's all right. It runs through Friday at the National Information Solutions Building on Innovation Circle in Lake St. Louis. Next on News 4 at noon, WashU gets some attention for something that might surprise you, and it has nothing to do with what's happening in the classroom. And lots of people talking about the Emmys last night. CBS shows took home many awards, but it was one winner who may have stole the show. That and more straight ahead on News 4 at noon. It's time for your deal of the day, and your first deal comes from Molly's in Soulard. They have a deal for 50% off a regular meal, and this would be the perfect day to sit out on their patio. Our second deal comes from West County Auto Body. They're offering up windshield repair replacement at up to 78% off regular price. You can find that deal and the rest of the deals on our website, KMOV.com. Apple isn't having any problems selling the new iPhone 5S or 5C models. So far, Apple reports 9 million iPhones sold in the first 3 days, which is a record. Consumer experts warn, though, you may want to be a bit careful if you buy one of the new iPhones. A San Francisco company providing protection plans for smartphones tested 5 different phones and found this year's iPhone models, the 5S and 5C, are not as durable compared to last year's iPhone 5. The Samsung Galaxy S4 performed the worst in those tests. The best, you might wonder? Google's Moto X, the first smartphone assembled in the U.S. Missourians in need of quick cash face higher fees on some consumer loans. That's after state lawmakers overrode a Governor Jay Nixon veto to enact a new law regarding payday loans. It means you could pay an extra $25 to $35 when you take out a payday loan. The same additional fee will apply to a refinancing or restructuring of some loans. Governor Nixon contends the additional fee just allows payday lenders to make more of a profit. The new $100 bills are about to hit the market, and some of the new bills could even be worth $1,000. Check this out. The Boston Globe reports $100 bills with so-called fancy numbers are going to be a hot commodity with collectors. Fancy numbers, as they're called among collectors, may include bills with serial numbers like all threes or numbers that repeat. Up next on News 4 at noon, you have to see this story. A priest is not the least bit impressed with the camera crew at a wedding. Let's just say things get a little uncomfortable. But first, let's take a look at the fun fact. Elvis Presley, Mary Tyler Moore, and Jerry Garcia all have a certain thing in common. What is it? The answer coming up a little later, only on News 4 at noon. We've got some breaking news into our newsroom we want to tell you about right now involving a Woodson Terrace police officer. That officer was involved in a crash at Marcus in Carter after a high-speed chase from North St. Louis County into North St. Louis City. Right now, the suspects in the car are on the run and their car is overturned. We'll follow up on that story a little bit later, both on KMOV.com and on News 4 at 5. News 4 is always watching out for your health, and that's why we want to let you know that scientists are closer to developing a universal flu vaccine. Using data gathered during the 2009 pandemic, London researchers found people who didn't get very sick. They had a certain virus that kills cells in their blood. They're working to develop a drug that stimulates the body to produce those cells, which would one day possibly be used as a universal flu vaccine. WashU is getting high marks for offering up top-notch dining to students. According to the website Daily Meal, WashU ranks second in the nation. Schools were judged on how healthy their offerings are and if those meals were made in-house or grown locally. Accessibility and student feedback were also major factors. Welcome back to News 4 at noon. Deanna Zoga joins me in the newsroom with a look at what's coming up tonight on News 4 at 5.
And this is a story that happened this week.
Thanks, Deanna. That and more tonight on News 4 at 5.
May I make a suggestion?
Please do.
Hurry, because I don't think that one's going to last.
It might not leave our newsroom, I think. It might be adopted before it leaves here.
I think you're right.
All right. Check this out from last night's Emmys. Well, whether it's during the ceremony or reception, we've all been to a wedding where there was an awkward moment. But this wedding moment turned viral sensation might take the cake.
Dry. Go
Very
Cards.
Good. There we go. 3 with the Nationals, 3 with the Cubs, hopefully first place in the Central. And it will be interesting to see how this field looks because it got torn up on Saturday. All right, very good. Thank you for joining us at this noon hour. We'll see you back here tonight for News 4 at 5 o'clock. Until then, have a great afternoon.